All right, before we discuss, we have one individual signed up for public comment, Mr. Henry McClure.
Your Honor, thank you for the opportunity to discuss responsible policies for Jetto. And one thing I'd just like to make, I'm all in favor of the resolution, but one thing that I think that you all ought to consider is the duality of being a Jetto member and a board member of Go Topeka. I think in the long run, that will haunt you. I think that there are people out there, from what I hear in the grapevine, that are trying to say, hey, wait a second, Go Topeka is really no longer an NGO just sucking off the taxpayer money. They are now a government organization when you consider the county commissioner, the county councilor, the mayor, your city manager. I think you really also put your city manager at risk, because the whole reason we went to a city manager form of government was to not make it political. And when it comes to budget, you know, as a voting citizen, when I know the fact that he voted to give $9.5 million to AIM Strategies for the AT&T building and not put it into our roads, he ought to be the #1 guy wagging his finger at you all saying, you know what, I need that money for the streets. So as to be germane to the comments here, that responsible policies can be changed at this moment, and you ought to consider those going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. You have 4 minutes. It'll beep at you with 1 minute to go, and the light will turn yellow, and the timer is right there in front of you, so you can see how much time you have left. And with that, first person I have on the list is Mr. Henry McClure.
Good evening, Your Honor. Thank you for the opportunity. Hey, I'd like to salute you, and this is the first time you're going to ever hear me say that a consultant is actually a good idea. Your idea on the third party to do the interviews, although I do think you, Banks, and I think Michelle here are on the committee together. I think you could have done it on your own, but that's okay. I think maybe it's a good time for the opportunity to have a third-party report, and it may be an opportunity to do some housekeeping. But what I hope you do is I hope that you do exit interviews. Just recently, we had a few people fired. And why don't we go back a certain amount of time, and why don't we ask these people, what was it like to work here? Do exit interviews, but use your third party. I think that you might uncover some really interesting stuff when it comes to what it's like to work for the city of Topeka. You might have remembered the election, but I sure heard, I got an earful of people that they're not happy that work for this city, and it's really sad. I mean, I can't imagine coming to work every day and being in fear of getting fired or retribution and things like that. But I do want to change the subject. I want to talk about my company that I'm working with. I emailed you guys. If you look at this, we're working on building some apartments from the same company that is looking for space, and they would consider coming to Topeka. And yeah, part of it is to put Topeka to the test. Why? I live here. Why shouldn't my clients get the same benefit? You know, I was looking at the board members of Go Topeka, and it's basically a construction department. And I almost see why the members of Go Topeka wouldn't be wanting a company that has to do with construction to come in. So the apartments that I'm trying to build, they're talking about, it's going to take anywhere from 65 to 95 truckloads to bring their parts from Kansas City. So what I'm trying to find is a railhead, but I'm also, we're shopping around. You know, we've gotten 2 responses back to at least get free land. Think about how much land we have in that Commerce Park. But I don't hear a beep or a peep, or I heard a beep, but I don't hear a peep from the city, the county, your contractor. That's a shame. Let's see. Was there anything else I wanted to pontificate on? There is, but I do want to thank you for your time. I do want you to know I mailed this to you guys. It's a real deal. And we're looking at 37th and Gage, and we're looking at something up in North Topeka. So I hope we can build some new apartments in the community. Thank you.